Okay, this question I feel like is always stumping my students, and it's probably because of the polynomial stuff. It says, suppose we know the polynomial equation, blah, 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 has 3 real solutions, and that one of the factors is this. Of this is this. Okay, so it tells us one of the factors. How can we find all 3 solutions to the given equation? Okay, it's not a bad question, but you guys look at this and you're like, oh my goodness, polynomials, factors. So what if I change this? What if I went like this? What if I said, suppose we know the number 30 has 3 factors. I'm going to say not equal to 1. So it has 3 factors, not equal to 1. And one of those factors, one of the factors of 30 is 3. How can we find all 3 factors? All 3, I mean, I could say factors or numbers. All 3 numbers or factors to the given number. Okay, talk to your neighbors right now and see if you guys can answer that question. Go. Okay, some of you guys are stumped. What if I wrote it like this? There's 3 numbers that multiply to give me 30, and I have a 3 right here. How would you find the other ones? What would you do? What would you do? Divide? Would you guess and check? What if I divided? What would happen? What is 30 divided by 3? 10. So how does 10 help me find these 2 factors? What 2 numbers multiply to 10? 2 and 5. How come I can't say 1 and 10? Because one of them, like the factors don't equal 1, right? Factors don't equal 1. So only 2 numbers multiply to give me 10, right? 2 and 5. And so what did we do? What did we do? We divided. And we're going to use that concept right now with the polynomial. Are you guys ready for this? No. Check it out. Number 4. Find all 3 solutions to the polynomial equation, blah, 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 if you know that blank, or x minus 1, is a factor. So how do I find the other factors if I know one factor? You divide. All right, guys, you ready for this action? Do you guys want reverse tabular method or long division? Okay, let's take a vote. Reverse tabular, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, who says, 13. Who says long division? Long division, you just died.
No, count them.
No, I'm not. You're way less than 13. I am sure. I count really fast in my head. Okay, so we're going to do the reverse tabular method instead of long division. And to do the reverse tabular method, I just draw this random box right here. And I put this factor that I know on the outside that I'm dividing the polynomial by. That's my polynomial right there. Not the equals 0, just the polynomial part. We're factoring this, foos. See, look. We're trying to write this in factored form. There's 1 factor there, 2 factors, 3 factors. I want all 3 factors. So, let's divide the x minus 1 out. I know there's 2 rows. I know there's 1 arrow there and 1 arrow there because there's 2 rows. And so I put 4x to the second, and then I put negative 12x. We did, no, I'm sorry, it's not x to the second. It's x to the third, and negative 12x squared. Remember, we worked on reverse tabular method back in like lesson 3, I think it was, 3 or 4. How many more arrows do I need? I got 1, 2 numbers down. I need 2 more numbers, so I need 2 more arrows. So I'm going to put an arrow there. Try to space them out evenly. After I put the arrows there, I can draw my columns. And I have 3x and then 5. So I put the 4x to the third right there. Then my question is, x times what gives me 4x to the third? 4x squared. And then I put 4x squared times negative 1, which is just negative 4x squared. And then I think to myself, what plus negative 4x squared gives me that? and I say to myself, self, it is negative 8x squared. Then I think, what times x gives me negative 8x squared? And then I say to myself, negative 8x. Ooh, very nice. Negative 8x times negative 1 gives me 8x. 8x plus what gives me 3x? Is it negative 5? Yeah, negative 5x. So what times x gives me negative 5x? Negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 1 is? Positive 5, and positive 5 matches that number. That's my checkpoint, so I know I'm right. So now this is what I have so far. I have 4x to the third, just rewriting the polynomial, minus 12x squared, and then it says plus 3x, and then plus 5, equals x minus 1 times 4x squared minus 8x plus 5. No, minus 5. Minus 5. And I got that from this right here. That was my answer. All right. Do I know the other two factors yet? No, I just know that they multiply to give me this. Ooh, do you guys remember how to factor that, dude?
No.
This is the hardest dude to factor. Okay? He's the hardest. Now, there's a way to use grouping, or you can use the table. I'll show you guys both methods. Here we go. Now, to use grouping, we use the big X. We're going to put the number on top to multiply 2, and the number on bottom to add 2. You take the 4 and the negative 5, multiply them together to get negative 20, and then you take the middle number, which is negative 8, and put that on the bottom. What multiplies to give me negative 20 but adds to give me negative 8? Negative 10 and 2. Now that negative 10 and 2 is going to replace that 8. Check this out. We have 4x squared minus 2x plus, wait, is that right? No, it's minus 10. Sorry. Minus 10x plus 2x. What if I put the 2 first before the 10? That'll still work. Okay, don't worry. And then put negative 5. Now we have 4 terms. And here you can use grouping or you can use the box. I'll show you both. I surprisingly like the box a lot for this one. So for the box, I put 4x squared right here. And then I put a negative 10x right here. And then I put a 2x right here. And then a negative 5. Now, can you guys tell me what goes on the outsides? Let's see. What can I take out of both of those? I could take a 2x out. I want the biggest factor that I could take out of both of those. I could take out a negative 5. If they're both negative, then you want to take out a negative. If only one of them is negative, then you don't want to take out a negative. Okay, what can I take out of both of those? I could take a 2 out, right? Can I take an x? Yeah, 2x. What can I take out of both of those? Oh, nothing. Can I put a 1 right there? Yes, you can. So then there you have it. I just factored it. So it's, what is it, 2x minus 5, and then 2x plus 1. Those are my two factors. This times this gives me this dude right here. Okay, now show me the grouping. Okay, I'll show you the grouping, but stop talking weird like that. To group, you group the first 2 terms, then you group the last 2 terms. And then you look at the first 2 terms and you say to yourself, what can I divide both of those by? And you say to yourself, 2x. And so you take a 2x out. You divide this by 2x and you get 2x. You divide this by 2x and you get a negative 5. And then this one right here, you look at it and you go, self, what can I divide both of those by? And you say to yourself, self, it's positive 1. So you put positive 1 right there. Then you have 2x minus 5, because if you divide something by 1, you just get the same thing. Now you see a 2x minus 5 on both of those and you're like, oh snap, I could take a 2x minus 5 out of both of those and put a 2x minus 5 right here in front. And then I'm left over with a 2x and a positive 1. So I put 2x plus 1, and there you have it. Those are your 2 factors. Which one do you guys like better, the box or the grouping? The box. I like the box too, because look, there's way less writing for the box. I like you, box. What are the zeros for this function? Now that you know the factors, do you know the zeros? What zero would come from x minus 1? A 1. Okay, so that's one of them. Sorry, the bell interrupted me right there. Now I have our other factors right here. So we have 2x minus 5, and we have 2x minus or plus 1. Now because there's a 2 in front of this x, this 0 is a little more complicated to find, but not really terribly complicated. All you got to do is take each of those factors and set them equal to 0. So we have 2x minus 5 equals 0, and then we solve it. Then we have 2x plus 1 equals 0, and we solve that one. We're trying to find the value of x that will make this factor equal 0. So I go plus 5 to both sides, so I have 5 equals 2x, and then I would divide both sides by 2, and I'd be left with 5 divided by 2. The other one, I would subtract 1 from both sides, so I would get 2x equals negative 1. Then I would divide both sides by 2, so I get negative 1/2. There are my solutions to this guy right at the beginning, highlighted right there.